show you guys real quick how I'm prepared for this tank to lose power. I checked all of my battery operated pumps, which is what that is connected to, and yeah, none of them work. Out of like 6 of them, maybe one of them started up, but then it just kicked off. And that's one of those bait shop battery operated pumps, but I had those things for at least 2 years, and yeah, they failed on me. So I had to go out and get this one from my job. I'm gonna kick it on real quick. And as you can see, it works very fine, and yeah, it's ready to go. Now, it isn't strong enough to actually power my sponge filter, which is under the gravel back there. So I'm just gonna have to do with just aerating the tank, which is just fine. I would say this could last my tank probably a week, since I just did a water change yesterday on it. So the tank should be good. I mean, this tank is one of the healthiest, well, is the healthiest of all of my tanks. This is where I pull my duckweed when I want to give it away or sell it or whatever, because a lot of people around here feed it to their goldfish and whatnot. So yeah, usually I just give it away for free. I'm not gonna like ask money for some duckweed. That's ridiculous. But anyway, this is the only battery operated pump that I could get. All the other ones had to be for store use, or they just didn't have any. So, and I didn't want to get another bait shop one because, I don't know, it's just not strong enough to power a sponge filter. So I got to do with that. My plan is most of my tanks anyway are not completely filled. Most of them are probably filled at 20%, and I'm talking about the 10 gallons behind me, because really, I'm not worried about my bettas. I can always throw them in a cup or one of my spare 1 gallon jars, which I got some up there, and I got a lot of spare tanks and tubs just waiting, so they'll be fine. The only ones I'm really worried about are like my barbs and my rainbow fish. All those guys, they need aeration, so I'll just throw them in this tank. And if worst comes to worst, I will bag everybody and put them in a bucket. So this is what I got going on. If the power does go out for a prolonged period of time, I do not plan on hooking up my tanks to the generator. I mean, I got my babies and, you know, priorities. So if my tanks make it, they make it. If they don't, I mean, I'll be upset. I'll be really upset, but kids gotta come first, and so do I. So that's my plan. I got my battery operated little air stone in there ready. And I do want to say this though, if you're going to use the air stone, I would go ahead and drop it in the tank, because when you first open an air stone, especially those types, it doesn't get as much aeration. It will barely bubble. It needs to soak in water. So if you're preparing for this, I would go ahead and drop it in there a day or two before you're expected to have the storm come in. So that's my little tip for you guys. So check again. I got plenty of batteries for it, and as you can see, it's not bad. I mean, for a 29-gallon tank, if I shut that off and that off, it'll be enough for this tank. If it gets to the point where it's 2 days with no power, I'd probably be pulling out some plants just so that they don't rot in my tank. But I'm hoping it doesn't come to that, and it really doesn't look like it will. So anyway, Go ahead and shut that off. So this is outside my window. I don't know how good the picture is, and yeah, it's windy. It is 62 degrees outside. That wind is chilly. And since we don't have any AC, I'm keeping my window cracked a little bit. And my rack is actually right next to this window. There's plenty of trees around here too. Plenty of trees. So I'm going to go ahead and conserve my battery on my phone. I'm actually hooked up as we speak to a portable charger. And yeah, go ahead and do all the other things that I need to do. We have no rain. We haven't seen any rain in a week, maybe more. But yeah, what I'm worried about, I'm not worried about these pine trees. Pine trees aren't that bad, but the tree that's where I parked my car, it's got a lot of dead branches on it. And it's really tall and really thick. I hope it doesn't fall on my car. Well, if it does, it has to total my car. It's not going to be worth anything. But anyway, the only tree I think that would fall if the wind got strong enough is, and you're not going to be able to see it, but we have a palm tree here. Those are usually the first to fall because their roots are very thin. I got a small palm tree right there too. That's actually the neighbor's yard over there. It's like a car lot. Well, a car repair shop. And then you have the road on the other side. There's like a lot of debris everywhere. But anyways, guys, that's my update. Hopefully I can get some storm footage tomorrow.